Hi, my name is Agata. Welcome in Agata's Cottage. It's time for Friday Sews. As you know, this hashtag was started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. Every week, we talk about our makes, our plans, and a bit about our lives. It's like long distance tea or a coffee with a friend. I love watching Friday Sews videos, they are one of my favorites. I just wanted to say big thank you to everyone who commented on our recent videos, everyone who was reaching out and asking how are we doing. So Alice, Bob and I are on the mend. It's very slow mend, especially that we have hay fever season, so it definitely adds to the overall respiratory system problems, but we are hanging in there. What I'm wearing today is a top that I made last year. Pattern is from Ottobre Magazine. I don't remember from the top of my head the actual number, but I will put it somewhere in the description or on the screen. So it's made in the lovely viscose jersey and I just love it. Every time I'm wearing it, I'm telling myself I need to make more of those because it's so comfortable and it's so easy to put on. We went to the playground today, we went to have a car washed, and it was just perfect outfit. Because we were earlier at the playground, the concentration of pollen is extremely high, so please excuse my overall stuffy nose and watery eyes. Despite of antihistamines, pollen gets to me, and the hay fever is rampant. That's the best description. But we have fabulous, I mean fabulous weather in Ireland over last few days. There were some days when it was a little bit of cloudy, but it's warm and it's nice. And we had the sun shining today and it was 20 degrees, which is almost a heat wave. It's 20 degrees Celsius. So it's just lovely to spend some time outside. This week we went for a lot of walks, so I will put the footage of a few things we've seen on our daily walks at the end of this video. Let's talk about makes. I had very busy week this week. When I left you last week, I did mention that I want to work on a set for Alice. So I not only did this set, but I also made another set using the remnants from that set, and I made a t-shirt. So I will explain how I got to the whole doing the second set. I made for Alice zip jacket with a hood and joggers, and I will pop the picture of her wearing it somewhere here, and I will show them to you closer in a minute. But after I was done with them, I still had a fair bit of this fabric left. So here's the jacket, and I had a little bit of this fabric left, and I thought that I could keep them in my stash and do something next year, but wouldn't be it easier to actually use everything up this year and have a mini collection for her? So it got my creative juices going, and I decided to create aftergarment. Why aftergarment? Because a few years ago I watched a video by Karen from Just Get It Done Quilts. She was talking about the scraps and the remnants that are created after making quilt, like quilt top, and that she was making after quilts, and she was using them at the back as the backing, for example, of her quilt. And I thought to myself, why I won't do that with my remnants to make not kind of like aftergarment, basically a mini collection that she can mix and match. And that's what I did. In addition to that, I made a t-shirt just to go with all those outfits. I have another one cut out. Alice already has a white one in her wardrobe, and I'm planning to make one more in mint color. So basically, idea is to use up all the remnants of the fabric that I used for the actual original make, so I won't have remnants or scrap lying around. And I managed, I had 2 meters of this ombre fabric, and I had slightly over 1 meter of this blue and green animal print. I used everything, and I managed to create 2 jumpers. So one normal jumper, one zipped hoodie jacket, one long pair of joggers, and one pair of shorts. And I think that's quite good, and Alice will have relatively cohesive wardrobe for summer. It will not only make her life easier, but mine as well, because it will be easier to even organize washing or stuff like that. So let's talk about each individual make. So this is jacket. Pattern is from Ottobre Magazine. It's from issue 1 from 2014. So far I know it's still available as an archive issue, and you can still buy it. So it has this lovely side panels at front and at the back. What I discovered, even though I made this jacket in smaller sizes, for this size hood wasn't long enough, so I added kind of like a facing, self-facing thing, just extension, to make sure that it will go where it's supposed to go. I just love how it turned out. For finishing zipper and for doing pockets, so inseam pockets, I use tutorials by Alisa from Thoughtful Creativity. She created recently tutorial about how to neatly add inseam pockets to basically any garment, and how to finish the jacket with the zip and the hoodie. So I used her techniques on finishing that, plus I added a little bit extra by adding the bias tape for finishing the zipper tape. The zipper tape was relatively hard when I touched it to the skin, so I just wanted to make sure it's something nice and soft. I just love how it turned out. Hoodie is finished with the bias tape as well. So both fabrics are from Ecobee, and the bias tape is from Peggy Seamstress. I have no idea where zipper is from. I had it in my stash. I love this jacket. It was labor of love. It took a bit of time because of all the top stitching that I added. So I top stitched the seams beside the sleeves, all the side seams, everywhere, all the panels, etc. It's just very, very neatly finished, and I love how it turned out. One tip that I can share with you: when you have jacket with inseam pockets, or actually any pockets that aren't visible on the outside, and you are worried about the pockets peeping out from underneath the garment, like it often happens with ready-to-wear stuff, you can do little tack stitches. So I did few tack stitches here, so the pockets won't go below whatever the line of the stitching is. I'm very, very proud of that make. To go with that jacket, I made joggers. So these are the joggers. I'll pop the picture somewhere here. It's joggers are from issue 1 from 2021. They're supposed to be slim fitting, but I made size bigger for Alice because Alice has very long legs, and I know that next year when they will get shorter, I will just add cuffs on the bottom of the leg, and she will get another year of wearing them. So assuming that they won't be in bits. They have nice pockets, and she said they are very comfortable. I let her try them on, she wasn't allowed to wear them until I shared them today. So then after I created this jumper, as a base I used Colorblocked tee by Ellie and Mac. It's a tee pattern, but I kind of added a tiny bit on the sides to make it a little bit roomier, and I use size 14, so to have a little bit bigger version. I top stitched the sides and I added pockets. So I added panel made of the ombre color and just hand draw the openings, and I think it turned out cute. Neckband is finished with the bias tape, and I added label. It's label from Little Rosy Cheeks that was included in the Beyond the Pink Door calendar. I didn't had the calendar, but my dear friend Benita knows that Alice loves cats, so she gave us those little labels, and we are very, very grateful for them. As I mentioned, both fabrics are from Ecobee. I have no idea where the ribbing is from. I thought that the white will add a little bit of different vibe than finishing it with navy or green. I love how it turned out. She tried it on, it's comfortable, it's lower hip length, and the sleeves are tiny bit too long but not too much, so the cuff will hold everything in place, and she will have it till next year. So when I was finishing with the jumper, I decided I have enough fabric to try to squeeze out shorts. So here they are. Aren't they cute? So as a base, I use 11th Hour Gear pants pattern by Pattern Niche. I basically used the length as much as I had. I had to shorten the pockets because and make them slightly different. Let me show them to you. So the original pockets are slightly bigger, mine are a little smaller, and I had to make smaller opening because I didn't have enough fabric. But they are decent length on her. I finished the hem with the bias tape because I didn't want to lose half of an inch for the hem, so I just used scant quarter-inch to attach the bias tape. I turned it around, so basically I lost less than a quarter of an inch on the length to the hem. I added elastic that was slightly smaller. It's not as wide as the waistband. I didn't have elastic that was as wide, but I didn't want to compromise on making smaller waistband because I thought that she could use any additional length because I don't want them to be too short. So what I did, I stitched, basically I felt with my fingers where the elastic was finishing. I pushed the elastic down to touch the bottom seam, and I top stitched tiny seam on the top, and then I just did few rows of stitches, and it created like a paper bag effect. I love how it turned out. They are just super cute. To go with those, I made a t-shirt. Pattern is from Ottobre Magazine. I don't remember from the top of my head which number, but I will put it somewhere there. So it's just basic one. I made slightly longer sleeves, and we added little applique on the front just to break down the greeniness of it all. Overall, I think I had amazing sewing week. Of course, I didn't make anything for myself, but I'm extremely happy that I did manage to get those things made for Alice, because I had this zipped jacket, like the color combo, in my head since I bought those fabrics almost a year ago. So, they were occupying space in my mind. Even though I had it on my stash hub, it was still somewhere there. So I'm glad to have it done. And I'm also very happy that I didn't add any additional fabrics to my scrap or remnant bags. What do you think? Do you think you might want to try aftergarment? I think I will try to work with this approach going forward, at least with makes for Alice. It will make our life and hers easier. Now, what else I'm planning to do? Actually, I have cut out the t-shirt, the same t-shirt, just in the petrol, like a dark turquoise petrol color, and I will be cutting one out in mint hopefully tomorrow. So I want to have them sewn over the weekend so I can be done and dusted with this part of her wardrobe. I do need to work on very warm clothes for her, which sounds ridiculous as going into summer, but in 2 weeks, 3 weeks time, Alice is going for a camp with Chris, and I learned that for camps she needs very warm, like brush French terry trousers for the evenings when they are sitting around the campfire because it's still cold, especially that it's near the lake, so it's not as warm. So I pulled out from my stash this brush French terry from Ecopy. So I decided I will make her joggers using pattern for the same pattern as I did for shorts. So it will be pants version from the 11th hour gear set. So I will make this as trousers for her, and with whatever remnants I have, if I have enough, then I will make a jumper on its own. If not, I will color block it with this brushed French terry panel. I was originally planning to use it with the mint and pink, but I think it will go with the turquoise as well. So that's project for probably the weekend. In addition, I want to make for her the I think it's Navigator pullover by Love Notions, the hoodie version, in this alpine fleece I also got from Ecobee. I was originally planning to make it for her in autumn time, but because I'm sewing everything with like turquoise petrol, I thought it would be good to have it in her wardrobe ready to go, especially that if we take to consideration our summer from last year, starting from July, we will have cold and miserable weather. So I want to have some clothes done for her. She still have some shorts and stuff from last year that she can wear, and they still fit her. At least they did like a month or two ago when we tried them. So she will be grounded there. I still need to make some t-shirts. She doesn't want any summer dresses. She has 3 and she decided that's more than enough for her. She prefers trousers or shorts or leggings rather than dresses. I did promise her I will make her leggings with like a mini skirt. I have a pattern from McCall's that I got some time ago during sale, and she loves that pattern, and we agreed we will make it in this fabric, and she can wear all the plain t-shirts that I'm making her with that as well. And she has a white cardigan in case if she wants to look a little bit more put together, or she can put any of the solid jumpers she already has in her wardrobe. So for next week I'm planning to just focus on finishing t-shirt and making the jogger pants and probably a jumper in the brush French terry. So we talked about my makes, we talked about plans, now life. Alice had a school break this week, so we did suffer a bit with the hay fever, and we are still not 100% back to feeling ourselves. So we took it easy. We went for walks and we watched some movies. Alice spent some time playing with her friends. We had to take Rupert to vet. He's having some tests done. So it was just normal week. We catch up on laundry. That's what you do in Ireland when there's nice weather. You are washing and washing and washing. Anyway, it was a lovely week. We went for walks alongside our canal, and it was so lovely to explore different places that maybe we have seen before, but we didn't focus on them. So we were trying to observe the nature. We were stopping to listen to the birds or to look at butterflies, or just observe something that we didn't spot it before. We found lovely place for a picnic, and it was just lovely week. I don't think there was a question of the week this week, so I thought that I will ask my own question. What are you doing with your fabric scraps? Are you fan of color blocking, or you just donate them or turn them into small projects? I'm curious. I would appreciate if you share this in your comments. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you like my content. Now, what do you need to do? Clean your sewing machine and change your needle. Happy sewing! Bye!